Cancer. So we're in one of my favorite places in the world. We're at the Glass Museum in Ebeltoft in Denmark. I love it here. I come here all the time. I'm obsessed with glass and light and water. Cancer rising, duh, of course. I hope you love the sweater. I know you do. Water signs for life. It's raining, it's moody. I'm right by the sea on the bay in a building full of things made with essentially sand. Could it be more Cancerian? No, I'm loving it. I'm loving every minute. I've been looking forward to this reading all month. All right, cards are out. Let's see them. Strength. Leos. Death. King of Swords. All right, so if you are dealing with a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, you seriously feel like they're trying to kill you, right? And yet, there are others in the picture and there is strength to be gained. Let's keep going. So, King of Swords is the first card. That is another cardinal energy. For the most part, it's coming up for me as like a Libra. Someone who's trying to tell you things perhaps in a way that is a little too difficult for you. Things are happening with that person they're being so harsh that feels like death. The Empress and the Ace of Cups. So the Empress and the Ace of Cups both came up also in the Libra reading. So if you're a Cancer dealing with a Libra, like I was just talking about Libras, then this is applying heavily to you. If you are a Libra dealing with a Cancer and you are feeling like wifing them, I don't know how else to put it, go for it, because that person stands to be everything that you want them to be. Cancer, this is how you're coming up in your own reading. That's amazing. You're coming up Major Arcana with a cup full of love. Things are looking good. Things are looking good. Of course, there is this, and it has to be dealt with. And the Death card is always a welcome for us because we want that rebirth and that regeneration, right? And we want to be born, walking through these tests of fire. We want to gain new strength. The Leo card. So what's the Leo card talking to us about? Let's look at these cards together. All right. The Leo card, and then the Empress, and then the Ace of Cups. So we've been talking for a few months now, especially last month, about being stuck on stupid, finding your power, all of that, right? So December moving, and really late December, because you guys got an extended reading. December moving into January, what are you dealing with that is, what needs to be dealt with? What has to be said? What has to be learned before this rightful place that you feel is yours can be had, and this love can be had? So Queen of Pentacles, once again, we're talking about knowing your worth. We've had this conversation before. The Emperor card, so another cardinal sign coming up in another cardinal reading. An energy that is desperately trying to show you your worth. An energy that is very much wanting you to see past where you are now to something better. Broaden your horizons. There's more to you than this. You're better than this. You don't need this. You can leave this person behind. Yes, it feels like death, but gain your strength from the knowledge of knowing how valuable you are. Why the Leo card, I said? Because Leos know how amazing they are. And yet you feel the need to be dishonest with this Aries energy because you don't want to have this conversation. I feel like Cancer is going through something very difficult, and it does feel like death, and you are being pushed to move and change and see your value in so many ways and broaden your horizons, but you're not necessarily ready, and the way this person is going about it is definitely not the way, because all it's doing is making you reactive and rebellious and resentful. Okay, resentful. That's the important word here. Resentful, right? I love this spread. I just want to move it over a little. Okay, and then Cancer, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Judgment card. The Judgment card came out in the Virgo reading, and I think it also came out in the Gemini reading. And it was about having to say and wanting to say all the things. Now, if you are a Cancer that's dealing with the Virgo, since this card came up in their reading and in the Gemini reading, if you're a Cancer that's dealing with a Gemini or a Virgo, mutable energies, they have stuff to tell you. They have things to say. They have stuff to clue you in on. You must know now. And what you stand to find out can be the cause of great celebration. It can be the cause of great lasting, union. It can be something amazing, okay? Or it could be something insanely painful that makes you want to leave because, once again, here we go. But I'm here to fuck it all up, right? So, which way do we saunter now sideways to relieve ourselves of this? And I think Cancers knew this was coming, right? You guys have known. For some of you, it will be that you find out that there is somehow another energy involved that's just not okay with you. For others of you, it will be that you cannot handle, this is going to sound strange, but you cannot handle this level of happiness and fruition. You don't want to do this. You thought you wanted to do this, but you don't. And now you don't. It's like you wanted the thing, right? You wanted it so bad, so bad, so bad. And then what if the person actually turned around and gave it to you? And wanted all that stuff with you? I don't know if you'd actually react very positively to that. And this month you're going to get to test that out, because this month this energy really does have things to say to you. And I think things that it has to say to you have to do with celebration and enjoying oneself, but also about what's really going on. This can be a card of like, let me know what's really going on. This month, I suggest, Cancer, that you sit tight until you have your judgment moment. Until you feel that judgment moment come upon you and things are said exactly the way they need to be said and nothing can be hidden anymore and all has come to light, wait for that. Don't do or say anything. Don't jump to any conclusions. Don't even let yourself go on an emotional roller coaster. Just know that you're waiting for, the third week of December, but also the 3rd of December. Already on the 3rd, you're going to have a pretty good idea, because this Aries isn't going to let you not have an idea. But then by the end of the month, you should have a very clear idea of what's really been going on, why the Death card came up, and the rebirth is now very possible and very needed, because this new person, this new sense of value has to emerge before love can be given to her or him. The broadening of horizon, all of that, right? All of that happens after this happens. And this person may be trying in vain to get you to understand that, but they need to understand that you need to have your moment, because I'll tell you what, because I'm about to do the Aries reading, I don't think they know either. I think they know, and a lot of times Aries think they know. But I think until this happens, I think, Cancer, let me put it like this. I think until the people that really need to tell you what's going on, until you hear it from them and they tell you themselves, you don't know anything this month. I suggest instead you not focus on this, and you focus on the fact that you have the card of death and rebirth, strength, and the Empress. Boom, boom, boom. And then you are given love. Let's focus here instead. What does that mean? That means breaking down whatever things did not work this past year and making a new persona once again for the coming year. Basing yourself in your power and having an open hand to take this cup and moving forward into a place where this is your new reality, right? Where you can leave this bullshit behind. And so by the end of the month, when this becomes clear and this comes and says, oh, I feel like I'm coming out of nowhere and I'm going to rock your world with this information. And guess what? Either we're getting married and we're celebrating, or guess what? There's somebody else and I've been lying to you. You can look at that person, or you can look at that Aries, because it might be the same person, and you can say, yeah, I kind of knew that was coming. It's okay. I'm really good though. Thanks for asking. We queening over here. We're all right. You see? It will take until the end of the month for this, and I know that sounds really scary, but think about what you have to gain. You are finally, Cancer, this month with Saturn going home, you are going to be forced to understand that no matter what you thought your life was based on, no matter what love connection or lust connection or husband-wife situation you thought defined you as a person, not only does it not, but you are going to have to find a new identity past all that. And when you do, it will be much more grounded. And it will be much more material than you think it will. But it will start with this. So don't be afraid of this. Welcome this. Even this harsh energy. Welcome all of it. But wait for that judgment moment where karma is handed out and all is made clear the way it should. Then from that moment, if you have this in place already, this will not be so bad. Or if it's great, it'll be fantastic. All right, Cancer? I love you guys. I'll see you in January.